Yes, bro. Here at night time on the beautiful roof terrace, Manchester City. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. And I want to talk to you about some thoughts I've been having recently, right? It's very interesting in life. Things fluctuate all of the time, and that is kind of how life is supposed to be. Life is never supposed to be just one aspect or one experience. It's never supposed to be just positive or just negative. It's supposed to fluctuate. You're supposed to have waves. You're supposed to have ups and downs. That's kind of, a part of how life goes. Money comes and goes. People come and go. Relationships come and go, etc., etc. You get the point, right? Now, with all of this being said, just keep this in mind. Because just because you're currently on a down doesn't necessarily mean you're a failure. Doesn't mean that everything's going wrong. It doesn't mean that you should give up. It doesn't mean that it's all over. It just simply means you're going through that downward phase. Okay? Just like the stock market. On a long enough time frame, it could be going on an uptrend. It could be going upwards diagonally, right? But on that upwards trend, it doesn't just go straight up. It doesn't just feel nice and everything goes well and nothing goes wrong. It has its moments where it has dips, right? So for example, you'd be on the uptrend. Overall, your life is going well. Overall, your life is spot on. You're doing everything right. You're on a positive trajectory. You're on an uptrend. However, on that uptrend, you're going to have moments where you crash down momentarily before coming back up even higher again. That's just how life works. It fluctuates. Okay? Because in order to get to the next experience, the next realm of positivity, you need to have an existing opposing force, right? There's no light without dark. You need to have the potential negative that also exists as well. But not only that, in order to grow, in order to learn, in order to actually get to that next level of positivity, you're here and you want to get to up here. There's some lessons you need to learn as you climb the ladder to mold yourself into that kind of man that can achieve that reality. Okay, so it's not as simple as just going straight up with no downfalls. And even if you did do that, it'll be quite boring. You wouldn't really want to do that. Okay, so just please keep this in mind. Life is supposed to fluctuate. You're supposed to have ups and downs. You're supposed to have positives and negatives, good and bad days. Whether or not you are a failure, whether or not you have lost, whether or not something is over for you, is completely up to you. You define that for yourself. You define whether or not you're a failure. You define whether or not the game is over, and you define whether or not you are a loser. That is it. Nothing else. Because you could have a bad day for the next 5 years in a row. As long as you don't define yourself as a loser or a failure, then you're not. Because in your eyes, they're all just a massive learning lesson. It's just 5 years worth of learning lessons. That's it. You didn't lose. You're still going. You're still breathing. You're still fighting on every single day. You're still learning. So you didn't lose. It is literally impossible to lose, impossible to fail, if you do not give in to the definition of that failure. All right? If you just look at it as a learning curve, if you just look at it as, bro, look at the beautiful city. I love just seeing the hustle of Manchester. I had to come here at nighttime, bro, because I've only been in the daytime. And yeah, it looks beautiful when the sun's shining, but mate, that is a different, look at that. It looks like New York or fucking Shanghai or something, bro. It's crazy, but please just keep this in mind, right? You need the negatives. It's the law of the universe. The moon is shining. Yeah, bro, it's beautiful. Life is good. I mean, literally, I tell you boys this all the time. A year ago, I was absolutely dead broke, and I've just paid for this apartment up front, $8,000 plus deposit, right? 6 months rent in advance. I don't have to worry about rent for the next 6 months because I've paid for it in advance. My girlfriend's from Thailand. She's half Thai, half Scottish, so we're having some trouble with the documentations and, obviously, like, proof and all that kind of stuff that we'd be able to keep up with the earnings, because you have to pay for the payments separately, although I would just pay for them all myself. You have to have them in 2 separate names, right? My partner's name and then obviously my name. So we had some trouble with the documentation. So I just fucking got it up front. I was like, yeah, if I could pay you $8,000 right now, will you let me have the place? I'm like, yeah. Well, sweet, done. And bro, a year ago, I had minus £150 in the bank account with one income stream. And now I'm on so many grids, I actually forget what I do. When people ask me and they meet me and they're like, oh, tell me about your income streams. Tell me about your businesses. I'm like, oh, 1 second. Yeah, I do this, I do that. Oh, yeah, I do a bit of Forex trading. Like, I just forget, bro. But that's how life can spiral. Because you're on an upwards trend. And as long as you don't see these dips as failures or a reason to give up, because it happens to me all the time. I'll be completely honest with you right here on the camera. Right, I'm not feeling very well right now, so I do apologize for my voice. But, I'll have I lose money, I'll have lost money in trading or investments, or I'll lose members in the school. That's obviously losing me money, losing subscribers. But I also gain subs. I also make a shit ton of money. I also place the right trades that take off and make me a shit ton of money. So there's the opposite end of the spectrum for absolutely everything in life. There isn't just one way. It's not like I just lose members of the school forever and that's the only experience I ever have. I gain members as well. But even if I did, even if it was all just loss, it was all a downward trend, it's all a lesson. Because at some point, if I keep learning lessons of why my actions lead to this result, which is me taking me down, then I'm going to learn and I'm going to eventually change the course of life, balance the scale of life in a different direction. So everything is just cause and effect. You do an action, it has an effect, you learn from that effect, you either replicate it if it was successful and if it got you the result that you wanted, or you correct the course and you go down a different path and you try something else. It's very simple. Excuse me, bro. I want you to also understand a concept of positive thinking, because people always talk about positive thinking all the time, right? And I actually don't believe necessarily so much in the term positive thinking. I more believe in the best way you can live a positive life and a good quality of life and actually enjoy your experience on earth, because that's all that really matters, right? You enjoy it. Enjoying something doesn't necessarily mean it has to be positive or negative. You can enjoy negative things. You can enjoy bad things. You can enjoy things going wrong. You can take it as a challenge. I smile every time shit goes wrong. I smile every time there's a problem, a new thing I have to solve that I don't know how I'm going to figure it out. I smile and I laugh and I enjoy it because it's different. It's challenging. So I don't think life is about being positive or happy or feeling good all of the time. I think life is just simply about experience. It's just simply about living. It's about existing. That's what life's about. Whether it's positive or negative doesn't really matter. And again, everything comes down to how you label things anyway. So realistically, nothing has to be negative ever. You can always label things and you can always define yourself as positive if you choose to do so. So life really is whatever you make it. And also at the same time, I wouldn't fixate so much on trying to be positive all the time or trying to feel happy all the time, because like I've just previously mentioned, and I'm sure we can both agree, life fluctuates all of the time. It goes up and down. It's never one thing. It's never one way. It's always fluctuating. Yeah, so I think embrace that, roll with the punches, ride the waves, and enjoy the waves. Enjoy surfing the waves of life, because sometimes it's going to be down. Sometimes you're going to be on a downward momentum. Sometimes you're going to on an upward momentum. And that's kind of how life is, right? Of course, you can start to mold which path you go down by understanding your actions and the effects that those actions have. Yeah, sure, you can learn and you can change the probability of you getting a certain effect. Excuse me, I do apologize. Fuck me, this cough is bad. I need a nice detox or something, bro. But yeah. But for the most part, again, even if you start to mold your actions to only achieve a certain effect, which is a positive effect, let's say you get so good and you've learned so much that now all you do is succeed and win all of the time. Even if you get to that point, there's still going to be times in your life where uncontrollable negatives happen, right? Especially if you're trying to get to the next level. Unless you just stay at the same level forever, doing the same thing, the same level of competence, and you never ever grow ever in any area, then yeah, sure. But if you're trying to grow to the next level, you're going to have to experience and go from some sort of negativity to mold yourself into that new version of yourself that can grow. So you can't hide from negativity. You can't hide from the fluctuations if you want to actually live. If you want to just exist and maintain and never do anything else, then yeah, sure, you can stay in your same little comfort bubble and never experience negativity ever again. But even when you do that, there's a different level of negativity. There's the negativity of not doing anything. There's the negativity of just staying static. That's boring. That's negative. So literally you cannot hide from the negatives. You cannot hide from the fluctuations. So you may as well just fucking embrace them and actually just find a way to enjoy them. Myself personally, I look at it as a challenge. I look at it as something different. I look at it as a chance to view life from a different lens that previously I wouldn't have even considered. That's a positive for me. These aren't even negatives, bro. Okay, so that's just something to keep in mind. I think that when you start to view life like this, it's not positive, it's not negative, it's not good or bad, it's just all an experience, and you start to just enjoy every experience that you go through. That's how you start to control and create your own reality. And that's how I'm able to just chill on this rooftop terrace that I've paid for in advance. But I'd never even seen £700 in my bank account last year. And now I'm paying $8,000 for an apartment up front. And it doesn't even make a dent in my bank account. It's crazy. I'm 22 years old. It is mad what you can achieve. It really is. So I think just keep that in mind when you're moving forward with your life. You will go through down moments. You will go through things that go wrong, things that are unideal, you know, and it's just part of it, man. Just enjoy it. Embrace it. Understand it's part of the hero's journey. It's part of the process. And if you want to learn more about mastering not only the secrets of the universe, but also dating, making money, business, leveling yourself up, and ultimately just becoming an all-round competent man in every single realm. That's what we teach. We teach young men how to live a good life, because there is no point, and this is generally my philosophy on life, there is no point in maxing out the business stat but then being shit with women. There's no point being really good with women but having no money. There's no point being in amazing shape but being a virgin, right? You have to have everything. You have to master it all. Mindset, health, women, attraction, the bedroom, making money, right? All of these things. Your dress sense, the way you conduct yourself in public, how much of a professional are you, your communication skills, your class, your level of class, right? Everything. Okay, so networking skills, we teach all of that inside of my School of Life, which is in the bio and in the comment section. If you cannot afford the School of Life just yet, what I recommend you do instead is you join my free Telegram and you follow me on Instagram, which of course are free, and you can find those in the link down below as well. And what this will do is it will give you a little bit more of an insight into how you can start living life the way you want to live it. Because trust me, this is possible. It absolutely is. I never thought I'd get here. Well, actually, that's a lie. I did. I never thought it'd be this easy, you know? Because it is when you think about it. In the moment, it feels difficult because we make it harder than it seems, because we're stressing more than we have to. It's very interesting. I want to just touch on this topic before I wrap up and let you go. Hope you're enjoying the beautiful night skyline of Manchester. But in the moment when you're going through things, when you're hustling, it feels a lot harder than it actually is, because we place stresses on ourselves that don't actually need to exist. Like, oh, what if I don't pull this off? What if this happens? What if that person laughs at me? Blah, blah, blah. Just unnecessary stress. So it feels much more of a hustle. It feels much more of a grind than it actually has to be. But when you look back on it in hindsight, now that I'm here and I've done it, and I know too many people, I've got too many systems in place, too many income streams, too many things that I've done right, so I'll never be broke ever again. And even if I do, for whatever reason, I'll be honest with you boys, I'll be authentic with you boys, just like I've always been. That's probably why you watch me, because of how honest and authentic I am. I show you the realities of the world. I show you the good, I show you the bad. I've shown you times where I've sat in the middle of a field in the park near my council estate, telling you boys how broke I am. I've shown you guys where I'm sat on a beautiful roof terrace in the middle of Manchester. You know, I show you guys everything. I show you guys my insecurities, my strengths, all of it. And even if one day I did go broke, I'd show you boys, I'd teach you the lessons of why it happened, and then I'd show you in real time me coming back from it. And you know what also I would do? I'd reference this video right here to prove to you once again that everything is just a fluctuation. Even if I went broke, which is very, very unlikely now, just in pure math, pure metrics, everything that I've done and the way I've set myself up, it just can't happen. But even if it did, I just look at it as another fluctuation. It's not a bad thing. It's not a negative. It's just a different experience of life. And I'll enjoy it. I'll take the lessons from it. I'll take the different perspective from it. And I'll just crack on, right? Back to having holes in my socks. It's nothing that I'm scared of. I've been there before. Back to robbing bikes on the council estate. Like, bro, I'll have a laugh. It's a lot less stress, I'll tell you that. So, yeah, man, just enjoy life, all right? Enjoy every experience you have, because you're only here once, and I know sometimes life seems like it's very dark and everything's closing in around you and there's no way out, but what other alternative do you have other than to just enjoy it? Because you're the one that's always in control of how you perceive life, right? There's some kid in Africa with fucking no legs that's enjoying life more than you are, and you're stressing just because you don't have that much money in the bank. It's like, it's all perspective. It's all what you make it. So you may as well just fucking choose to enjoy it, because you're going to be here anyway. You're only here once. So why not? Why not enjoy it? Even if it's not as good as you want it to be, find the good in it. Make it good. Turn it into good. Aikido it. Understand? School of Life is in the bio down below. Come and join our network. We'll teach you how to become the ultimate man, and also how to enjoy life. I'll see you there. Take care.